Hi Aquarius, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your weekly tarot check for August 9th through August 16th. This is for all Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And I want to thank each and every one of you for all that you do to support the channel by watching readings, liking videos, and subscribing. I do appreciate that. And if you're new to the channel, I'd love to invite you to join this beautiful community by subscribing. If you tap the bell, you'll be notified as soon as videos are posted, but I post this particular reading every Friday, and then Mondays I typically do another type of reading. Later in August, I'll be posting a 4-month predictive reading, and that'll be for the months of September through December, okay? So let's begin and get the guidance here, please, for Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know, please, for the highest good of all concerned for Aquarius? What does Aquarius need to know? Well, these came out, and there's quite a few of them, so we'll see what that does. I usually don't like to take that many cards, but you can't deny it when you have a big clump like that. I just don't feel good about not including them, so we'll see here. Suddenly we're doing a Celtic cross, right? So you start off, you've got Justice here, and you've got 2 aces in a row. My God, these are, okay, there's only 4 cards here. I'm actually kind of excited about the ones that came out. You've got Justice, the Queen of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands, and the 3 of Swords. You've got the 8 of Pentacles here, the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting, because you have 2 5s on top of each other. The 5 of Swords. Did I call it the 5 of Swords? That's the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords. Very interesting, because then we're going to talk about these. I'm going to just put these up here so that you can see them. Actually, I think I'm going to do it in order of how they came out. I like that better. The Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the 6 of Wands, and the High Priestess. So what was normally an 8-card reading has become a 12-card reading. You have Libra here, you have Earth, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You certainly have Air, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and then you do have a little bit of fire here, so Aries, Leo, Sag. And then, of course, you do have water with the Ace of Cups here. So I feel like you've been through something where you've learned the truth about something. You know, when we get into Justice here, this is the absolute truth, all right? It can be about a legal matter or a decision, and but if that's the case, I feel like the decision will go in your favor, and I'll tell you why. I glanced down at the 5 of Swords here, and my eye fell on the Victor, and so part of when you're reading tarot is, where does your eye fall? If it would have fallen on the background characters instead of the foreground, I probably would have said not in your favor, quite frankly. But I do feel like there's some kind of acrimonious thing here. Maybe it's not to the point of legal, but there is some kind of tug of war going on. Again, I do think you're going to be victorious in it. And in fact, I'm going to tell you a quick story. I was talking to my friend who's an attorney. She's actually a tax attorney, but we were talking about big companies that still haven't refunded travel costs, even though people had insurance and stuff. And long story short, she said part of why they'll do that is they think they'll give up. So they'll keep trying to do things to avoid it, hoping that people will just give up on it. So don't give up, keep going. Because you're on a road to attaining some things here. So with the Queen of Pentacles, you've got money coming in, you've got new growth around you, and there's a quiet humility, though, about her. She's a beautiful queen, a very striking queen. If you meet somebody new, because I feel like whatever this legal thing is not a divorce, it feels like something else, maybe like small claims even, but it's, the person that you meet, I think, could be very striking. They've got a very striking appearance. I think they get a lot of attention, especially with this 6 of Wands. They get a lot of attention. There may be even some competition as I look at the 5 of Wands there for them. Or this could be you. It may be you that's striking and people are noticing that. And they're noticing that the staying power, whatever the test is here, there's like this consistency, this determined moving forward, not living in the problem, just moving forward, taking one day at a time as it comes, and really doing a beautiful job. Now, with the Five of Wands here, this is a bit of an immature energy coming in, and it may be, like I said, somebody who even does something kind of fraudulent to try to win things or change things in their favor, but they're not going to be victorious. Whatever they're doing, it feels like they don't have a position really to defend, so they're just trying to throw in a last-ditch effort. But this is small, okay? This is like small competition, and there's a change coming. With the Three of Swords here, it might have taken you by surprise, but it's acceptance. So it's sort of like no love lost too. I feel like if it was somebody, like it was at work or something like that, or it was a company or something that is trying to do something to keep your money, it feels like, I don't need them. I really don't. I'll never work with them again. I'm moving on, and it's a lesson learned and no big deal, all right? So with this Three of Swords, I don't get a third party at all from any of this. It feels more like it's some other issue, but money comes in, all right? So you've got the Eight of Pentacles here, and you're building with the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, you're building long-term stability here. You're building a foundation. There is love in this reading, and that really came in from the cards that flew out. If it wouldn't have been for those, I don't know if there's a whole lot of love here, but they're there, and we'll talk about them in just a minute. But you are moving forward. You're focusing on what you want. You're not worried about the rest, and it's like you do it day by day. You're very meticulous in what you're doing. You've got great attention to detail. You think outside the box. You bring in great creativity, and it's like you're producing something that is new, it's relevant, and it's going to bring in money for you. I'm not quite sure. I'm not getting a great hit on what that is. It may just be new ideas at work that are noticed, and you've got a humility about you with it, though, and people like that, you're a team player, and that's part of Aquarius. So you've got this Knight of Pentacles. You've got an offer coming. I do think if there is some other issue with money that needed to get resolved, you're going to get some money. It's a settlement or something that comes in. Or if you've been waiting on something money-wise, it's coming. It may be kind of tedious, all right? And it may take a bit, but it's there. So keep going. Continue. Don't give up the good fight. Fight the good fight, but don't focus on negative stuff. Just keep going. You have the Five of Swords here, like I said before, and I do feel like you're the one in the foreground. You've got victory here, and they give up because they don't have a position to defend. They don't have a dog in the fight, quite frankly. And I think it's just sort of a short chapter. It doesn't feel like it's a really long situation, but I do think it gives you, with this Four of Swords, a couple of things come in. One is you may need some outside consultation. So if it's something legal, you may need advice from an attorney, or it may just be documentation. You show what you have and it gets resolved, but it does give you pause, right? And it is about quieting your mind a little bit, because I do think it gets you, puts a little chink in the armor. It's like, really, I don't really want to deal with this. I get that overall feeling like I do not want to deal with this. You pause, you recuperate, and you're ready, okay? You're ready because you got something brand new coming in. It's beautiful. And with the the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Aces are great in tarot. They are gifts. It's a brand new, and both of these have these green things, or in this case they're blue, that are falling. Those are called yads. I've had this a few times. They're gifts from the universe, and yad, my understanding, is the first letter of the name of God, and I think it's Hebrew maybe, but it's a gift from the heavens falling, and it's a beautiful new start. The Ace of Wands is like bringing heaven to earth. It's really, you have a great power to manifest things, to create things. Like I said before, you've got this visionary skill right now, this ability to see and make thoughts turn to things. In terms of love, there's unconditional love here for you. So you may begin a new relationship. It's an exciting new chapter. For some of you, it's possible you'll get a reconciliation with the Ace of Wands because this is an apology. It's an olive branch. It may also be, though, related to this other business. Doesn't feel like love to me. This is something else. So it's possible they'll pop back with an apology and you go about your way. I don't think it's going to really be too meaningful, but you are ready for something new. I mentioned before, you're attracting attention, and this is victory and success, the Six of Wands. And with the Ace of Wands, again, you're bringing in, it's a powerful dynamic here. You're bringing in an exciting new chapter. There's a new endeavor. It feels like love, but there's also a new endeavor, I think, financially or with your career that's going to be just outstanding. I mean, it's spectacular. Now, I haven't talked about the High Priestess, and that was intentional. I put this in the wrong direction, but the High Priestess, the reason why I waited with this is really about being true to yourself. And this card is based on the Pope of Joan, which was, there's a book about, I think it's really a myth, but it was a woman who disguised herself as a man to be a pope because she felt that was her true calling, but she wasn't being true to herself because she was actually a woman. So it really is about being true to yourself, staying on your own path, and not letting anything take you off of that. No matter what somebody else does, be true to yourself and allow yourself to use your intuition as a guide. This is also the card of the psychic. Some of you may even be getting a psychic reading. I got that. I don't get it often with this card, or really at all. But some of you may find somebody in your area to do a direct personal psychic reading, and that might shed some light on some of this. But again, I do feel like the outcome is positive for you, and it's taking you in a direction that's going to be really beautiful. It's really an outstanding new chapter and something just really good. Something good with love, something good with your career. So, and if it's somebody, if you're saying, well, I already have a relationship, maybe it's them that are in the conflict, but once it's over, it really strengthens the relationship. That certainly could be too. So these are the angel messages. This is the timeline. So we'll ask a timeline for Aquarius here. And then this is a yes or a no. And it can be other things that are similar to yes and no. But it's kind of like, am I on the right path? What should I do? Helpful people. So I mentioned that before with the Four of Swords. This is actually the energy you're coming out of. So you may have gotten some consultation with people on what to do here, and they're good people. They'll give you good guidance. They'll give you good insight, and that is something to continue to do too, though, if you're dealing with some kind of conflict with certainly a company or something. And then look for a sign. All right, there's signs all around us, and it can certainly be little things like, synchronicities where people appear that we were thinking about and you go, oh my God, I haven't seen them in ages. Or, other things like random change and things that just appears around you. And we call those pennies from heaven. And it's like the universe just giving you a little gift, and we thank the universe and take it. But you're headed towards abundance. If you stay on the trajectory you're on, I mentioned before, you're going to be victorious with this. I feel like you're at a turning point and things really start to speed up in the direction of bringing things in for you. Perfect timing. All right, so take action. The timing is perfect. And let's see what this says. Now, this is interesting. When it says choose a new direction, it may be that the action that you would automatically take maybe need to be in a different direction. I apologize, my dog barked a little bit there. It doesn't mean throughout the whole thing, though. It does not mean detach completely. It means there's some element of how you're moving forward. If you tweak it a little bit, it's going to release more resistance. And, you know, the universe likes speed. The universe wants to bring in good things to you. So I love you so much, Aquarius. An interesting reading for you. And I will be back again soon.